Assalamu alaikum. I am Habiba Naz from BSPT. Today I am here to present my second presentation of Principles of Chemistry 1, and my topic of presentation is paper industry and chemistry of paper. First of all, we see the contents. What is paper? History of paper, paper industry and its history, chemistry of paper, chemistry of ingredients used in paper making, types of paper, applications, and future of paper. So we see what is paper. As we know that paper is a versatile material with many uses including printing, packaging, decorating, writing, cleaning, and a number of industrial and construction processes. So basically, paper is a thin material sheet produced chemically or mechanically processing by cellulose fibers derived from wood, rags, grasses, or other vegetable sources in water, draining the water through fine mesh, leaving the fiber evenly distributed on the surface, followed by pressing and drying. Although paper was originally made in single sheets by hands, almost all is now made on large machines, some making reels 100 meters wide, running at 2000 meters per minute and up to 6 lakh tons a year. If we see the history of paper, so the word paper is etymologically derived from papyrus, ancient Greek from the papyrus plant, which come from the Greek, the word for the uh, papyrus plant. Papyrus is a thin paper-like material produced from the pith of the papyrus plant, which was used in ancient Greek and other Mediterranean cultures for writing before the introduction of the paper. The oldest known archaeological fragments of the intermediate precursor to the modern paper date to the 2nd century BC in China. Paper industry. The pulp and paper industry comprises companies that use wood as a raw material and produce paper and pulp, uh, paperboard, and other cellulose-based products. During the 8th century, the Chinese paper making spread to Islamic world, where paper mills and paper pulp mills were used for paper making and money making. By the 11th century, papermaking was brought to the Europe, and by the 13th century, papermaking was refined with paper mills utilizing water wheels in Spain. Later, European improvements to the papermaking processes came in the 19th century with the invention of wood-based paper. If we see the history of paper industry, so the commercial planting of the domesticated mulberry trees to make pulp for paper making is attested as early as the 6th century. Due to advances in printing technology, the Chinese paper industry continued to grow under the Song dynasty to meet the rising demand for printing books. Demand for paper was also stimulated by the Song government, which needed a large supply of paper for the printing, paper money, and exchange certificate. The first machinized paper machine was installed in 1803, followed by another in 1804. Early source of fiber. Here I have mentioned a term rags. Before the industrialization of the paper production, the most common fiber source were recycled fiber from used textile called rags. The rags was from the cotton. A process of for removing printing inks from the recycled paper was invented by the German jurist in 1774. Cotton rags are also known as rag paper or simply rag is made using cotton or cotton linters or cotton from used cloths as the primary material. Cotton paper is superior in both strength and durability to make wood pulp-based paper, which may contain high concentrations of acid and also absorb ink or toner better. At first, the American paper mills used the Chinese method of shredding old rags and cloths into individual fiber to make paper. Chemistry of paper. Paper is basically composed of cellulose, which is obtained from wood pulp. Cellulose is a polysaccharide composed of many glucose units linked together, forming a chain. It is a constituent of cell walls of plant and is represented by the chemical formula CHO, which is basically the formula of carbohydrates, and as the cellulose is also a form of carbohydrate. So there the N number denote the cellulose units. Chemistry of ingredients used in paper making. Here, these are the natural ingredients which are present uh, in the wood from where we get the pulp. Cellulose 42 to 45%, hemicellulose 27 to 30%, and lignin 20 to 28%. Here is a list of some chemicals used in paper manufacturing, like alum, are different chemicals which are used in different processing during the manufacturing of paper, like alum for alkaline sizing along with the rosin, albarine for building material, chlorine dioxide and chlorine for pulp bleaching, dolomite, calcium magnesium carbonate for filler and coating, and similarly diethyl triamine pentaacetate for used for silation removal or transition metal from the pulp. Similarly, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid for the silation removal of transition metal for the from pulp again. And here similarly there are more chemicals like gypsum, natural sulfate of lime, hydrogen peroxide, hypochlorous acid for pulp bleaching again. Such that there are different chemicals used, maybe used in a simple process for different purposes. Except these are also lime, limestone, magnesium bisulfite, magnesite, milk of lime, milk of magnesia, oxygen, and ozone, so on. Chemical pulping. Chemical pulping involves dissolving lignin in order to extract the cellulose from the wood fiber. The different processes of the chemical pulping include the Kraft process, which uses caustic soda and sodium sulfide and is the most common. Alternatively, the use of sulfurous acid is known as sulfide process. The natural sulfide semi-chemical is treated as a third process separate from the sulfide, and soda pulping, which is the least ecological hazardous, utilizing sodium hydroxide and anthraquinone. Caustic soda is added to increase the pH in the pulping process of fiber. The higher pH of the paper fiber solution causes the fiber to smoothen and swell, which is important for the grinding process of the fibers. Mechanical pulping. There are two major mechanical pulps, thermochemical pulp and the ground wood pulp. In thermochemical process, wood is chipped and then fed into steam heated refiners, where the chips are squeezed and converted to fibers between two steel discs. In the ground wood process, debarked logs are fed into the grinders, where they are pressed again, rotating stones to be made into fibers. Mechanical pulping doesn't remove the lignin, so yield is very high, 95%. However, lignin causes the paper thus produced to turn yellow and become brittle over time. Mechanical pulps have rather short fibers, thus producing weak paper. Although large amounts of electrical energy are required to produce the mechanical pulps, it costs less than the chemical kind. The bleaching. In the production of white paper, the wood pulp is bleached to remove any color from the traces amount of lignin that was not extracted in the chemical pulping processes. There are three predominant methods of bleaching. First one is elemental chlorine bleaching, which uses chlorine and hypochlorite. The second one is elemental chlorine free bleaching, is more environment friendly since it eliminates the use of hypochlorite and replaces chlorine with the chlorine dioxide and sodium chloride. So the third one is totally chlorine free bleaching. It utilizes oxygen and hydrogen peroxide. This is the most environment friendly process since it eliminates all chlorinated pollutants. Sizing. Most paper types must have some water resistance to maintain a specific writing quality and printability. Until 1980s, The typical manner of adding this resistance was by using a rosin in the combination with alum. When the paper industry started using chalk instead of china clay as a filler, the paper chemistry has to switch to the neutral process. Today, mainly AKD, acyl ketene dimer, and ASA, alkynyl succinic and hydride are used for this purpose. Strengthening. There are two types of strengthening. One is wet strengthening and the other one is dry strength. Most paper um, wet strength. Additives you ensure the paper retains its strength when it gets wet. This is especially important in tissue paper. Chemical typically used for this purpose include epichlorohydrin, urea formaldehyde or polyimines. These substances polymerize in the paper and result in the construction of strengthening network. To enhance the paper's strength, cationic starch is added to wet pulp in the manufacturing process. Starch has similar chemical structure as the cellulose fiber of the pulp, and the surface of both starch and fiber are negatively charged. By adding cationic starch, the fiber can bind with the starch and thus increases the interconnections between the fibers. The positively charged portion of the starch is usually formed by the quaternary ammonium cations. Quaternary salts these are used include 2,3 epoxy propyl tri methyl ammonium chloride and 2 chloro 3 hydroxy propyl trimethyl ammonium chloride. Dry strength. Dry strengthening agents are chemical that improves paper strength normal conditions. This improves the paper's compression strength, bursttic strength, tensile breaking strength, and the delamination resistance. Typical chemical use include cationic starch and polyestyryl amide derivatives. These substances work by binding fibers, often under the aid of aluminum ions in the paper sheet. Binders. Binders basically promote the binding of pigment particles between themselves and the coating layer of the paper. Binding are spherical particles less than 1 micrometer in diameter. Copolymer are styrene or copolymer are styrene acrylic copolymer. The surface chemical composition is differentiated by the absorption of acylic acid or in the anionic surfactant, both of which are used for the stabilization of the dispersion in water. Co-binder or thickeners are generally water-soluble polymers that influence the paper's color, viscosity, water retention, sizing, and gloss. Some common examples are carboxymethyl cellulose, ketonic and anionic hydroxyethyl cellulose, modified starch, and dextrin. Styrene butadiene latex. Styrene dextrins, oxidized starch are used in coating to bind the filler to the paper. Co-binders are the natural products such as starch and carboxymethyl cellulose. These are used along with the synthetic binders like styrene acylic or styrene butadiene. Co-binders are used to reduce the cost of the synthetic binders to and improve the water retention and rheology of the coating. Fillers. Here we see the mineral fillers are used to lower the consumption of the expensive binder material to improve some properties of the paper. China clay, aluminum carbonate, titanium dioxide, and talc are common mineral fillers used in the paper production. So we see retention. A retention agent is added to bind fillers to the paper. Fillers such as calcium carbonate usually have a weak surface charge. The retention agent is a polymer with high cationic positively charged groups. An additional feature of a retention agent is to accelerate the dewatering in the Y section of the paper machine. Polyethylamine and polyethylamide are examples of chemicals which are used in the process of the retention. Next, we shall see coating. Pigments that absorb in the yellow and red part of the visible spectrum can be added in this process. As the dye absorbs light, the brightness of the paper will decrease, unlike the effect of optical brightening agent. To increase the brightness, a combination of pigments and an optical brightening agent are often used. The most commonly used pigment are blue and violet dyes. Optical brightening agent. What is optical brightening agent? Optical brightening agent is used to make paper to appear whiter. These use fluorescence to absorb visible radiation from the ultraviolet part of the light spectrum and re-emit the radiation as light in the visible blue range. The optical brightening agent thus generates the blue light that is added to the reflected light. The additional blue light offsets the yellowish range that would otherwise exist in the reflected light characteristics. It thus increases the brightness of the material where the illumination includes the ultraviolet radiations. So next we see the types, thickness and weight of paper. Uh, Paper is often characterized by the weight. The thickness of paper is often measured by the caliper, which is typically given to the thousandths of an inch in the United States and the micrometers in the rest of the world. Paper may be between 0.07 to and 0.18 millimeters thick. The density of the paper ranges from the 250 kg per cubic meter for tissue paper to the 1500 kg per cubic meter for some specialty paper. Paper may be classified into 7 categories. First one is printing paper of wide variety, then wrapping paper for the protection of goods and other processes. This include wax and craft papers. Writing papers suitable for stationery requirements. This includes bang and bond paper. Blotting papers containing little or no size. Drawing paper using with rough surface used by the artists and designers, including cartridge paper. Handmade paper, including most decorative paper like Japanese paper and tissue, all characterized by the lack of grain direction. Then is specialty paper, including cigarette paper, toilet tissue, or other industry papers. Paper can be produced with a wide variety of properties depending on its intended use. Applications. Paper can be used with a wide variety of properties depending on its intended use. For representing value, like paper money, banknotes, check security, voucher ticket, for storing information, book, notebook, graphs, paper, photographic paper, like then for personal use in diary, note to remind oneself, for the temporary personal use, scratch paper, for business and professional use, copier paper, typing paper, computer printing paper, for communication between individuals and or groups of people, magazines, newspaper, art, letter, newsprint, and for packaging, for paper bag, envelope, wrapping paper, paper string, for cleaning, toilet paper, paper towels, etc. And for utensils, paper cups, paper plates, for construction processes like engineering, paper engineering, construction paper, paper clothing, like, and then for many other uses like blotting paper, litmus paper, universal indicator paper, paper chromatography. So it is estimated that the paper-based storage solutions captured 0.33% of the total in 1986 and only 0.007% in 2007. Even though, in absolute terms, the world's capacity to store information on paper increased from 8.7 to 19.4 petabytes. It is estimated that in 1986, paper-based postal letter represented less than 0.05% of the world's telecommunication capacity, with sharply decreasing tendency after the massive introduction of the digital technologies. Paper has a major role in visual arts. It is used by itself by forms, two and three dimensional shape, and it is also involved to being a structural material used in furniture design. Watercolor paper has a long history of production and use. Environmental effects. The industry trend is to expand globally to countries like Russia, China and Indonesia with low wages and low environmental oversights. According to Greenpeace, farmers in Central America illegally rip up vast tracts of the native forest for cattle and soybean production without any consequences, and comprises who buy timber from private landowners contribute to massive deforestation of Amazon rainforest. On the other hand, the situation is quite different where forest growth has been on the increase for a number of years. It is estimated, for instance, that since 1990, forest has grown in the Europe by a size equivalent to that of Switzerland, which has been supported through the practice sustainable forest management by the industry. In Sweden, for every tree that is felled, two are planted. The pulp and paper industry consumes a significant amount of water and energy and produces wastewater with a high concentration of chemical oxygen demand (COD), among other contaminants. Recent studies underline the coagulation as an appropriate pre-treatment of pulp and paper industrial wastewater and as a cost-effective effective solution for the removal of carbon oxygen demand and the reduction of pressure on the aquatic environment. Future of paper. Some manufacturer has starting using a new significantly more environmentally friendly alternative to expanding plastic packaging made out of paper and known commercially as paper foam. The new packaging has mechanical properties very similar to those of some expanding plastic packaging, but is biodegradable and can be recycled with the ordinary paper. With increasing environmental concerns about synthetic coating, such as PFOA and the higher prices of hydrocarbons-based petrochemicals, there is a focus on zinc, corn protein as a coating for paper in high grease applications such as popcorn bags. Also synthetic such as Teslin has been introduced as printing media as a more durable material than paper. So that's about my topic. These are references. Thank you very much.